Maybe some of the videos will start from here, I don't know. Got one of the more of those Sandpoint videos, Sandpoint loads. TSA load, basically picks up in Sandpoint, delivers to Seattle, and time to leave. Long story short, it's like a wait. They were posting this load, we were bidding it, then an hour later they're posting it again, and then we bid it again, they're not answering anything, then a half an hour later they're giving us a go on it, things like that. So it's just, and then all of a sudden you guys got to hurry up and go. Gave them a 2-hour ETA, and then all of a sudden they're giving us a 1.5-hour pickup time, and I'm like, well, it's not going to happen because it's about a 2-hour thing. So anyways, long story short, I'm heading over there. Supposedly they're waiting until 4 p.m. There's no time for error, there's no time for traffic, there's no time for anything at all like that. So heading over there now, and hopefully they'll still be there. Hopefully they'll be there. Otherwise, delivery delivers direct, they said by 9 p.m. But I'll see what the place is. I think they're open until actually 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I'd have to lay over there and deliver this thing in the morning, which I really don't want to do. I want to drop this off, come back sometime at night, and be done and over with it. But however it goes, it's going to go. You can't control the weather, the people, the traffic, none of that stuff. So all we can do is do our best on our end and go from there. Kind of one of those wild, mild winters. Barely any cold and barely any snow. I mean, yeah, we've had, this week's going to be, I think, in the like 18s or something like that, 15, 18. But besides that, we normally have like negative, even down to like 20s, negative 20s once in a while as well. But and that's only for like a week or two, not much. Those are the coldest temps, and usually it's just 5-10 degrees, below zero, below 32 anyways, not below zero. I wonder what the freight is, because last time I did one from there going to the Seattle airport, I picked up from an aviation company, and this time it's the McGee. So I gotta see exactly. I think I've picked up from this location before too. It's been a bit, maybe a year or so, but I'm sure I've picked up from this location. If I haven't, it'll be something new. We'll see. But the plan is still to try to get it there direct. We'll see how that'll work out. Hopefully we can make it. Hopefully me and you guys will make it tonight. I looked up the pass, no restrictions, no snow, no nothing. So we're golden for for crossing as far as Snoqualmie Pass goes. That's the one. That's the wild pass you guys gotta watch out for, because as soon as they get some snow over there, business time, they make everybody put on chains if you're not all-wheel drive, and you gotta have them and put them on. Otherwise, I don't know what it's been, maybe 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, $500 fine is what I got over there. Not worth it to me. I got, gotta throw them on, and that's it. And that's why I got the snow socks, but I still haven't had the chance to put them on, and still haven't had a chance to show you guys the video on them. And I don't know, I guess I'll show it at some point, but don't know when. I'll have to be pretty bored to be able to do that. And usually there's no board and there's nothing for me to do. It's usually not enough time to catch up on things. Look at this weather out here. In the winter time, it's a little hard to get the sun, but it's here. go. I'm gonna strap this in and be on my way. One piece. Throw on 2 straps and we gotta go. Check out the beautiful sky. Winter time, you don't get too many of these if it's not clear. Look at that. That camera doesn't do any justice. I lost a little bit of time because I had to fill up and I had to get a little bit of oil. I sprung an oil leak. I imagine where it's from out of 2 places. It's either the oil pump itself or it's gonna be, I think there's a cup over here. Is there? Something's over there. Yeah, there is a cup, huh? Facing this one. There he is. You see that? I'm not speeding, so I'm not worried. Just the camera in the hand. A little bit of an oil leak. As I was in the shop before I left, I noticed it, but I did hear a few things. I've got a bearing noise, so I need to figure out what it is exactly. But once I get in there, might as well change it all. I mean, the vehicle has over 300,000 miles on it, and over 200,000 of it, I've never replaced a single pulley or single anything over there. So there's rollers, there's pulleys there that need to be replaced, and might as well, when you get in there, you got to pretty much replace everything that spins over there that the belt touches. Might as well, because if you're going to be opening it up, basically the headlights got to come out, the intercooler, the radiator, I mean, got to drain everything. All that's got to come out. Front end's got to come off, bumper cover, everything, the grills, I mean, everything's got to come out. So once all that comes out, you got an empty inside over there. You got to take the fan clutch off, all that stuff, and figure out what pulleys, what spins and makes the noise. I mean, if you had some kind of a real bad noise, like a, screeching or like a, I don't know, what's the proper word for it? There's a screeching and there's like a, anyway, you could use a spray bottle and some soapy water and spray on each one of them and figure out which one, goes away first. If you got a squeaky noise, like a high squeaky noise, those are pulleys as well to have issues. But anyway, after this load, I think I'm gonna park it, and I need to, because it's been about, I've been testing the waters with this thing and just pushing it to its limits for the past probably 10,000 miles now, almost 10,000 miles. I've been hearing the bearing noise. So that bearing off of anything could go out anytime. Once the bearing goes out, then it'll cut the belt. The belt will, shred. And most likely, a lot of times what the belts do is they actually bust up a lot of things. Could bust to the radiator, could bust the intercooler, could rip some hoses over there. It could create a lot of damage. So and the other thing is, I was just kind of waiting for the shop door as well to show up, and the shop door got put in on Monday. Monday morning, the shop door was in, so that's in now. I'm talking to a couple of insulators, and I don't know, either before insulation even maybe, or I'll take it apart, or maybe tomorrow I'll take it apart. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling, and I gotta tear it apart and get it done, because keep driving it like that is asking for it. But there is an oil leak, and there is a gasket that's behind what do you call it? The oil, like where the oil filter housing is. Behind that, there's a gasket. Or it could just be the oil pump itself that's leaking. But definitely, I've got some kind of a leak over there. Something something's there as far as the leak goes, and as far as the bearing noise, there's bearing noises. So I'm gonna probably replace the belt tensioner. That one needs to be replaced all the time. Pretty much all your pulleys per factory, recommendations, all those need to be replaced every 100,000 miles. Every 100. But I've driven over 200,000 miles and haven't replaced a single thing except for the alternator and the boost hose, and that's it. One of the boost hoses. So I still need to replace another boost hose and all that. So I've got to put a little bit of money into it, but once I do, it's going to be like a brand new van, guys. It's going to be like a brand new van, literally. Once all that's done, bam, good to go for another, couple 100,000 miles. Also got to replace the fuel pump. Also got to replace, not the fuel pump, fuel filter, fuel pressure sensor, and rear differential oil. So once I'm going in for maintenance, I'm doing it all by myself, and I am going to be probably, out of service for a couple days, guaranteed. Just because I've got work. After work, there's church in between on the weekdays as well, and evening time, whatever I got is when I'm going to be working on it. So definitely I'll do videos for you guys, maybe one thing at a time. That way you're not stuck watching 30 minutes or an hour worth of all kinds of weird things that don't pertain to you. But I'll do some videos on what we're taking apart, or what I'm taking apart, and what needs to be replaced, and how easy or how difficult it is. That way, if in case some of you Sprinter owners have some of these things, then you guys need to know how to do it if you want to do it yourself. Otherwise, paying a shop, no, I don't feel like doing that. I mean, if it's like I told you guys before in many other videos, as I'm doing it, I'm doing everything. I can do pretty much everything except for like an internal engine kind of work. Besides that, like suspension stuff, I can do myself. All the fluid changes, I can do myself. The mechanical parts that are on the outside of the engine, component replacements, pulleys, and all that kind of stuff. Belt tensioners, belts, all that kind of things. Or like a water pump, that's probably going to have to get replaced too. That's a big one that I forgot about. So probably a new water pump as well. So a lot of money is going to go into this thing. I think the pulleys, I'm probably going to, order, like, I'll see the cost at the dealer versus like Napa or O'Reilly. So some of the pulleys I'll get, but definitely the oil pump and probably the water pump. Water pump definitely needs to come from the dealership. I want to make sure that that's an OEM part, because that's a part where it has vacuum hoses running in and out of there. So that needs to be the correct one, because the aftermarket ones are not the right ones. You're going to have issues with boost and other problems. So a little bit about that, but lost a little bit of time. I've got 100 miles left. 9:39 is my ETA, and I started off after I filled up, after I got the oil, used the restroom. I was at 9:50 p.m. and my original, when I first started, was supposed to be like 9:30, so I had 30 minutes to spare. But now I'm gaining a little bit of time, so now I'm at 9:39. Hopefully by the time I get there, I still got about under 2 hours, well, whatever. Actually, an hour and 30 minutes. Hour and a half, and my ETA is 9:40. For some reason, I thought I got a little scared. I thought the time was 9:40 already, and I'm like, wait a minute, where am I going? 8:12 right now. So that's the deal. No wasting time. Hurry up, boogie over there. Filled up, and I'm on my way. I'm not filling up along the way because I just want to make it to that delivery, get it done and over with, and then drive back home, preferably tonight. But if I feel too tired, then I'll lay down for 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours, and get back up, and that's it. Because my little kiddos, they wake up around 8 o'clock. So is the wife. So I want to be there in the morning on a Saturday after a long week of work, after being gone so much. And after being in the office and working, I do want to spend time with the family as much as possible on a Saturday. And I still have maintenance on this van to do, so lots of things out there. I still got to do, I got to replace the shocks. They're the air, it's air suspension on the Escalade sometime. So I've got, you know, I've got maintenance up the, over my head. Guys, as far as checking passes, weather, road conditions, traffic, anything like that, there's an app called WSDOT. You can check ferries, traffic map, alerts, toll rates, Canadian border weights. I mean, all kinds of weird different other things. Bridge alerts, all kind of stuff. Amtrak, you know, all the little things. The most I use this app for is checking the Snoqualmie Pass, because this thing is unforgivable here. If you're going in and you gotta check, make sure that the pass is open, make sure you got chains if you need them, and all that kind of good stuff. But Snoqualmie Pass, it's got all of these passes, mountain passes. So you click on Snoqualmie, no restrictions, tells you the degrees, all the good stuff. Usually if there is restrictions as far as travel ones, you'll say traction tires required or chains required or whatever it is. The road is bare and dry, wet in places. Cameras, I've showed this to you guys before, but I guess one doesn't work, two doesn't work. Why are they being all slow? You can look at what the road looks like, how bad the snow is, if it's snowing, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know. If you guys are Washington State residents and you're drivers, or maybe you're just, you know, a traveler, always good to know, because sometimes you'll leave home and you don't know what's waiting for you. And if you don't have an all-wheel drive vehicle and the pass requires chains for all vehicles unless they're all-wheel drive, you got to throw those chains on, and I've put them on plenty of times. You guys know that. I've told you that. I've showed you guys. So just something, you know, to think about, something that you guys should be aware of. And it's always good. You can check the roads, you can check cameras in other places of where you're at. Doesn't matter what part of Washington State you're in. You can check the traffic, you can check camera really on any intersection that there is a Washington State DOT camera. You can look at it almost pretty much live. So just a little tip for you guys. Oh yeah, the ski slopes are busy, busy, busy everywhere up here. Lots of people here, but I don't know what kind of snow they're riding on. It looks like a glacier. So there hasn't been decent snow over here, and I don't know. I don't know if they have the snow machines to produce the, you know, fresh powder here or not. But from down here, it looks not good. It looks like they're riding on ice. I'm gonna go check in real quick, fill out documents, do all the goody things that they need done, and unload this thing and head home. Plan to still make it home tonight if I can. We'll see if that happens. It might not. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just keep driving until I, you know, feel too tired. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I'll sleep a few hours and still make it when I make it in the morning, early in the morning. Well, freight's gonna deliver somewhere in this door, hopefully. So I'm unstrapping it, getting it ready. That way when they come here, they'll just grab it and I'll be out of here, and I'll sign my paperwork and I'll be gone. This stuff is going to Switzerland, so it's flying Lufthansa Air. that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10:20, so whatever that time took to get empty, from 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, so 40 minutes altogether. I've been empty over here before in like 5 minutes, you know, in the past, but not sure why it took today such a long time. But it's okay, you know, it happens sometimes. So about to send my paperwork in the picture of unloaded freight to the broker. They're all sleeping already, so I'll mark myself out in the system, and then I'll be, you know, done and over with, going home. I was about to go check back in and ask them, hey, you guys still planning to unload me today, or what's going on? Because other drivers checked in even after they were supposedly closed. So I don't know. I don't know when they close exactly. Maybe they don't close.